If positive discipline is not about praising or rewarding, what is it? Well, most modern approaches to positive discipline owe much to the work of Alfred Adler and Rudolf Dreikurs. And I will look especially at Dreikurs' ideas in this video. I covered most of the key elements of my own take on positive discipline in a series of videos on classroom management. Although I disagree with some parts of Dreikurs' theory, I think there are enough elements in common with his theory, and also with more modern takes on positive discipline, to be able to also refer to my own approach as positive discipline. These common elements include the need to build a community in the classroom, to establish mutual trust and respect between us and the children, to give the children choices, and to focus on the reasons behind behavior, not just on modifying the behavior itself through rewards and punishment. Rewards and punishment only focus on the tip of the iceberg. They only address visible behavior. But to achieve a lasting, long-term solution, we need to address the reasons behind the behavior. We need to focus on the iceberg below the surface of the water. A core aim of positive discipline is for the children to feel they are playing a meaningful role in a lesson, and feel they are included in the class community, and so are more likely to want to behave well and more likely to be motivated to learn. The children in our classes make choices about what to focus on. They may choose to think about something away from the class. They may choose to chat with a friend. They may choose to channel their energy into behaving badly. Or they may choose to learn. We need to create an environment where they choose to learn. Learning new things can be risky. It often involves stepping out into the unknown. If a class is intimidating or if there is a risk of being punished, many children won't choose to take the risk of exploring new things positively. They are much more likely to choose to focus on something else or choose to behave badly. If they can't behave badly out of fear of being punished, the children will tend to become passive recipients of information. They may complete tasks and complete lessons, but often without learning deeply enough, and often without being motivated to learn more by themselves away from the class. So it is important that we encourage an atmosphere where it is not just okay to try new things and make mistakes, but where this kind of risk-taking is positively encouraged. At first, we may need to hint and help to ensure that children succeed, and so build up their confidence to take more risks. Encourage a cooperative classroom. In a classroom that focuses on positive discipline, the emphasis is on cooperation between the teacher and the children. The children have more opportunities to make choices, and when discipline problems emerge, the children have more opportunities to discuss the problems and make suggestions about what should be done. Instead of telling the children what to do, the teacher focuses on asking questions, both to find out what has caused a problem and find out what children think are the best ways to solve the problem. Positive discipline doesn't mean being permissive. There needs to be clear communication about what we expect in the classroom, and we need to be firm about what behavior is unacceptable. But we get these messages across with respect for the children, and the children can be part of the process of establishing the rules, or at least understand why they are necessary. Rudolf Dreikurs' model of social discipline. One of Dreikurs' ideas is that bad behavior frequently derives from a child feeling like an outsider in a class. He thought the best ways to solve this are to focus on encouraging the children and helping them integrate into the class. He believed that children have an innate desire to feel like an accepted and valuable member of a group. If they cannot achieve this goal, they are likely to behave badly in order to gain the sense of belonging they feel they are missing, and this bad behavior escalates through 4 stages. I will outline the 4 stages of bad behavior that Dreikurs proposed and make suggestions on how to respond to each type of bad behavior. Stage 1. Attention-getting behavior. If a child doesn't feel like a valuable insider in the class, she may try to attract attention to herself. Some effective ways to address this is not to respond directly to the attention-seeking, but to engage her in class activities so she feels more of an insider, and to naturally spend time with her inside or outside class so as to encourage her and make her feel more valued. Stage 2. Power and control. At this stage of bad behavior, a child tries to gain power in the class. To address this, we shouldn't get involved in a power struggle with the child or fight her directly. It is important to keep things in perspective by treating all the children in the class as equally valuable, including the child who is trying to gain power, and focus on good behavior, either by her or other children in the class. We can also try to help her feel valuable in the class by asking her for ideas or asking her for help. For example, we could ask her to help another child who is finding things difficult. Stage 3. Revenge. At this stage, a child wants to get revenge on the teacher or the other children in the class because she feels like an outsider. The best way to deal with this is to listen to her, show understanding for her feeling, and build trust. If appropriate, we can apologize to her. We may also let her know that she has hurt us. Stage 4. Assumed inadequacy. At this stage, a child withdraws from the class and wants to be left alone. The best way to deal with this is to show understanding and be gentle with her. It will probably be necessary to scaffold her involvement in the class step by step and relate activities as much as possible to her interests. It may sometimes be appropriate to arrange for another child to work with her. Personally, I am wary of categorizing behavior in a clear-cut way, and am not convinced that the 4 types of misbehavior that Dreikurs outlined necessarily escalate in successive stages. There are some children who seem to quickly seek power or assume inadequacy, though this could be because of their expectations, based on experiences with previous social groups, such as their family or other classes. And the cause of these bad behaviors is not necessarily a feeling of not belonging to the classroom group, and it is also possible that there are some children who don't want to belong to the classroom group. But I still think it is very useful to look at Dreikurs' ideas. The cause of misbehavior that we probably have the most power to address is a child's feeling of not belonging to the classroom group. So his analysis of different types of bad behavior is helpful, and the suggestions I made for dealing with these types of misbehavior are usually effective. Having said all this, the main focus of positive discipline is not on dealing with problems that have already arisen, but on preventing problems from arising in the first place. And in this series of videos, and the previous series on classroom management, I have tried to suggest how this can be achieved. No methods are perfect, so there will sometimes be discipline issues whatever we do. But I think the approach I have suggested in these videos, that focuses on building a positive community in the classroom and achieving mutual trust between us and the children, is likely to be the most successful one.